I gotta leave this here because somebody needs to know. I don't even know where to start. And I'm still sober, though I wish I wasn't. Okay, so I was panicking so much, I went out and I told Mira what happened when they were just kind of passing by. I probably scared the shit out of them. I mean, they always seem to be around when I'm high as heck and need a lift or something, so I guess maybe I thought they'd understand, but then, you know what they did? They just nodded and said, like, hey, you should go ask the pirate how, like, if they want you to do something, then he should help. And I was like, are you flipping crazy? That thing's gonna kill me. But then they were like, listen, those people were always alone when they disappeared, right? So I'll come and then he won't do anything. Okay, so I knew Mira was cool, but they were just like that jock kid that literally everyone but me wanted to sleep with. I don't even know if we're friends or what. I mean, does it count if they put me on the safe beds whenever I'm really messed up on the hydrogen? But now they want to come? Like, what's that about? Maybe they're in it with the pirate somehow. I can't figure this out. Anyway, I was scared out of my wits, but Mira was so calm and I sort of figured they had their shit together. So I was like, all right, and followed them to the docks. Man, I don't want to say this, but I was shaking like California. My hands wouldn't grip anything and I could barely stand up straight. So the pirate was sitting where it always is, you know, dull and empty and dead. And Mira just strode up to it like nothing and said, hey, we gotta ask you something. And then they turned to me and said, hey, you ask, it's your mission. God, I'm so scared of that stupid hunk of metal. I said, listen, you gotta help me out. You need to see the stars. Well, I don't got any rockets. So just point me in the right direction or something. And it just sat there like the dead hunk of metal that it is. I said it again, louder. Nothing. Lots and lots of nothing. Mira shrugged and I cursed and I felt like an idiot. The next couple days passed quiet and normal, and I told myself it was a hallucination, you know, some new side effect I didn't know about. Not enough that I smoked again, because I was still too scared, even if it was a dream. The third day, the suits came. They picked me up in one of the few electrics that still's got wheels. Only like supervillains do that, because it means that even if you don't know your calculus or don't got your emergency magnets, that beast's gonna go. So I was already freaked out enough. Like, you hear the stories about the silicon freaks in their full body suits, but like, that happens to the folks on the other side of the bubble, never anywhere near our district. And then they put me in the electric, and guess who was already there, stuffed between two black-coated bastards? Muir. And they still looked completely calm. To be honest, now that I think about it, they must have ratted on me. God, sometimes I think I'm so close to understanding, and then it just... Anyway, so there I was between a couple of suits, and I guess the lady in charge leaned over. She looked like the lady who drove the submarine that day when we went to the Statue of Liberty. Maybe she was. God, I'm getting distracted. She said I'd been contacted by a thing they very much wanted to speak with. I didn't even need to ask what she meant, like what else had contacted me recently. She used the word entity. Seems pretty hoity-toity, but that dirty chunk of terror, if you ask me. Listen, I wanted to tell them everything, and I was about to. It was on the tip of my tongue. It was nothing. It was so simple. I need to see the stars, not exactly state secrets, but I don't know, I thought about it and it seemed like some stupid fairy tale, like the fact that Siberia was a desert. So I told them it spoke gibberish. I don't think they believe me because they put some weird magnet thing on my back where I can't pick it off and set it record, so I had to go back and speak to it because they'd be able to understand whatever it was. Something about a database of all languages. Listen, I don't know what's going on. But even though she was being super casual and stuff, I got the feeling that the pirate meant something to that lady. Something like personal, and that scared me even more than the pirate's fiery eyes. So I said, okay, I'll go, and that was that. They dropped me and Mira off outside me in Man's Square. Right off the bat, I saw something was off. There were these weird tracks swiveling all over the concrete, like some harvest machine got really confused and decided to screw up our garden. I mean, more than ma'am does. The state says we gotta have it, but they don't check it. But anyway, it wasn't like random, and it didn't look like a harvest machine. It looked like the heavy treads, and my first thought was that the bastard came for man, but I didn't see the tracks going inside. It's looking for me, I said, getting all panicky, but Muir was looking at the tracks with their head to the side, eyes almost closed, and they said, "Does it look like a map to you?" And right then, we saw the numbers. God, this just gets weirder. Every fifth track, there was a set of numbers outlined in the dirty tread. Look, I did my calculus like every good student because that's what keeps the bubble up, but these weren't functions, they were just numbers. "It's code," Muir said, and I laughed at them like, "What kind of code?" And they hit me on the back, right on the thing that the suits put, which really hurt, and they said, "No, this is code, like for a computer. I mean, who's got one of them anymore?" Look, I don't know how to say this. When I saw the numbers and all, I wasn't excited or scared. Okay, I was scared, but it was like looking at a book that's already been written. It was like I knew that I couldn't do anything but follow the path. I was caught like a fish in the net in Mam's favorite bedtime story. We wrote down the numbers from the beginning and tried to recreate the map. Once it was on the page, it didn't look like a map. It was kind of crooked, and none of the marks matched up to anything Muir recognized. So we tried turning it this way and that. Muir said it the minute I thought it. It was GAF's logo. I remembered it from my history class. It's called something else, but I don't remember. Everyone just called it GAF. "What the fuck?" I said, and Muir started laughing. Of course it would be GAF. They said no one else works in computing anymore, which is obvious because why would you? Agriculture is much cooler. All the geeks were on ocean history and plant life because jellyfish are the weirdest damn things that any of us have ever heard of. And anyway, I was a little upset because it was a dead end. But then Muir said, "Hey, my cousin works there," and I was super surprised. Like, I didn't think GAF actually existed anymore. Like, sure, they've been around for 1,000 years and lived through at least as many lawsuits and bankruptcies back when we had banks. But come on, I'm serious. Muir insisted. Like, my cousin works there. I'll take you. It's not far. I had that feeling again. It wasn't like I needed to decide to go. It was like I'd already gone. So I looked Muir in the eye right then and I said, are you playing a joke on me? For a second I thought I saw something in their eyes, but then they were just like, "You were the one smoking that stuff, asshole." So, we're going tomorrow. I can't figure this out.